All right, hey everybody. In my usual antique hoarding manner, I picked up another very strange and unusual antique piece here. This is called a Hedman F&E check protector. They were made in Chicago, and this is a, let's say, a very high-end machine for the time. And you got to think about it back. You go back to the 1930s and 40s. Checks were being issued left and right everywhere, and they were very easy to counterfeit, right? Like, it's not hard to counterfeit a paper check, right? And so they had these commercial devices for both writing the check but also adding security features to the check. Now, much to my dismay, this machine came in. It has a plug here, which I plugged in, and it quickly blew out both my GFI and the fuse, or the circuit breaker. So I was kind of surprised that it went past the GFI. So I don't know what kind of angry pixies are in this machine, but they're in there. And it has a little micro switch here. And anyway, I can't plug it in. Also, oddly, there is another plug-in here. I may try to plug this in if I get a power supply, like a benchtop power supply. Maybe. This one was bought from WG Glackman Company and in San Diego. This was a very expensive unit, by the way. So there's many check protectors. I've got, just as a point of comparison, these are heavy. This is kind of like your standard size check protector right here, and or check writing machine. This is the deluxe commercial model. This is what you'd have at like a bank or a high-end kind of office building. I can't get it to work, unfortunately. I'm very disappointed. This machine is in really nice condition, but I can't seem to get anything to function, unfortunately. So, but that doesn't mean we can't really admire it. These are built so incredibly well. I mean, they were very expensive machines, brand new. Probably about the cost of a cash register. So you got to think back. If you go back to the 60s, 70s, to buy something that's $500, $600, $700, $800 or $1,000, that was a very pricey machine for the time, and these were very pricey. But they are built absolutely bomb-proof. They are meant to be in just continuous service. So just little things like this little drawer here. I mean, just every little piece, like every latch, is so nicely done. I mean, it has the fit and finish of a Rolls Royce, Now, these machines can be taken apart. I'm obviously not an expert because there are no experts on these machines anymore. So here's this base plate here showing it was made in Chicago, Illinois. They can be taken apart, and I may try to take this one apart eventually, but a lot of these units they're assembled and they're kind of like crimped around. Pieces are really kind of crimped into place. I mean, the fit and finish is immaculate. I mean, there's no wobble. Every one of these seams is like rock solid, so they're not really easy to take apart without like bending some of the metal, and I really don't want to destroy this. And maybe I'll get it to work one day, but I just want to talk about this. So what these did was you would write a check and you could do like $122.15. And they would write the check, and then you clear it and you write a new check. But in addition to that, it would create perforations in the check. And that was the security feature. You would have all kinds of little tiny holes through the check that would kind of authenticate it as coming from your company with whatever pattern, and that was much harder to counterfeit. So anyway, interesting piece, very heavy, beautiful, just absolutely beautiful construction on these things. I really am bummed out that I can't get it to work. I would love to see this thing in like fully automatic action, printing out some checks, but not today. Wasn't meant to be. Anyway, interesting find. I think this is about as big and deluxe of a unit as you could find, because most of them, again, were more like this, a hand crank. But this is a fully automatic one. And again, this would have been a very pricey unit when it was new. Anyway, interesting find. Had to have it. Have to keep hoarding these bulky business machines. I don't know what my fascination is, but they're kind of like, to me, it's like an Art Deco kind of masterpiece. I mean, they are just built so well, and the craftsmanship that went into these was really quite phenomenal. Along with adding machines and automatic change machines. Many of the companies, like Burroughs, for example, they made all kinds of devices like this. Anyway, hope you enjoyed.